quickly. And so she gives me coffee, and I'm like, what do I do with this? I put some sugar in it. And I run down the street, and I see Jonathan Hecht leaving from his work from Clothing Warehouse. I'm like, Jonathan! And he's like, hey, why are you in such a hurry? I'm like, Jonathan, don't tell anyone. But Kemp and Rose are getting engaged today. And Jonathan was so great. He just goes, no! And he kept walking. He would walk a little further and goes, no! He kept trying to delay me. And I was like, yeah, I have to go.
So Jonathan knows that you're trying to stall too?
Jonathan was in the car with Emily and I. No, he didn't know we were trying to stall, which is amazing. But he was in the car with Emily and I like an hour and a half earlier. I mean, he knew about everything.
No, Kim and Rose, that's so awesome. And so I keep running. I'm kind of jogging to the arboretum. I don't want to be late to miss Rose. And so Kemp is on the sundial where he told me he would be, and he's just I should have made the connection. It didn't make sense for me to leave earlier, and then it would be weird for me to I don't know why I had to stall. It should have been Christina's job.
I know. Well,
I didn't make that connection. So I meet Kemp at the sundial, and I'm like, Kemp, are you so excited? Are you so nervous? He's like, wow. So we start talking. I'm like, so where'd you get the ring? This was Kemp's brilliant moment of acting. He was so smooth.
He was so quick.
He just goes, oh, I got it the same place Eric got it. Conflict-free diamond, and it's great. She'll love it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he just kept going. He's like, yeah, conflict-free. They give you some paper, but you don't really know if it's conflict-free. But buy a diamond. It's not really gonna change the diamond trade. He just kept going. I was like, oh, okay, good. And then I didn't know why we were still standing there. And I was like, well, should we go? And he's like, no, we can just wait here. Can you pray for me? Yeah, I was getting really nervous.
Oh my. When Kim was going over there, I was like, he's like, what should I do? How should I stall her? And I'm like, just tell her you don't know if you can go through with it. Ask her to pray for you. How
so I
twisted is that?
sat there and I prayed. I was so sincere and excited. And then I finished.
It was so nice, yeah.
I'll be calling you for real next time.
And then he was like, oh, okay, can I pray for, can I just pray? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so he prayed. And then, this is when I should have also picked up on it. It was weird. Is he decides walks into the arboretum, and he goes all the way around it instead of going through the middle, which would have made more sense. And I was like, so what's the plan? And he didn't really have a plan. He was like, he just told me, he just goes, I'm kind of nervous. I can't think about it right now. So just don't ask me about it. It'll work out.
I was like, if I talk more, I'm more likely to screw it up.
So I approach the front of the arboretum, where there's this beautiful path lined with candles and jars, and it looks really magical and really pretty. It's like, oh, Kim.
And she goes, did you do all this? I'm like, yeah.
As it happens.
Kemp turns around and he's like, I forgot something in my car. And he sprints down the street. I was like, okay. He's like, go find Eric. So it's getting dark, and I'm like, Eric. I don't see anyone because there's this white figure behind a tree. This one. I was like, Guion, what are you doing? You're going to ruin it for them. And he's like, no, go back. Because he had made this beautiful little path of candles to a bouquet of lilies on the table and a card with my name on it, which I didn't see because I just assumed it was for that one. So I just kept going. He's like, go back. And so I'm like, okay, fine. And I go back and I'm looking at it and I'm still not making the connection, even though it says Abby on it. And then he comes up and he's smiling. He pulls a little box out of his pocket and he gets down on his knee. And I'm still looking at him what about Kemp and Rose? And I'm just like, Guion, what are you doing? Are you serious? You can.
You should have said, well, they got all this stuff. I want to go listen.
I thought he was superseding their engagement day. I never should have told him.
I was like, hey, Kemp and I aren't that great friends now. I mean, it's not much lost if he hates us.
I never should have told Guion. Never should have told him.
She was worried that I was just blowing the whole thing, and I dropped down and I'm like, Abby, I'm ready for this. Will you marry me? And she's like, are you serious? What about Kemp and Rose? And I was just like, they're not getting engaged. I was like, can you forget about them for a second? And
focus, honey, focus.
And she kept asking questions like, so is that yes? She was like, okay, let's. It was great. And so eventually, I think eventually she got it. She's like, okay. So then we got up and we started, to walk. Well, actually, we just stood there for a minute while I continued to convince her that this was real. She was like, I don't believe this is even real. I'm like, oh, it is. It's real. And then we started walking kind of back to the front. She's like, so does Rose know about all this?
She could be really upset.
Does Kim know about all of it? And I was like, yeah.
And then all our wonderful friends came running out to surprise us.
It was great.
They did so much work and so much great acting from everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone
it
had
was
the whole
astounding.
family.
We're such good luck.
Angela was hiding, taking pictures
Housemates.
through some
And
things.
McKay.